What's up guys, just Messi here, welcome to a brand new video, welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip. Today is going to be Monday the 6th of June and we've got a lot of big rumours to cover and we finally today have some confirmed stuff to get through guys. So as always, before we start, if you can smash 1,000 likes, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're to my channel, click that subscribe button for daily FIFA content. That includes transfers every day at 8 AM and also a FIFA other video at around 9 PM. And also in the comments below, there'll be your thoughts on today's rumours and rumours I should do in the next episode. And also if you missed any of my previous videos, they'll be down below in that description box, or alternatively you can go to my channel and they'll all be there at your disposal. And I'm going to apologise because on Saturday I said there'd be a transfer hybrid. It's now Monday, but it will be up at 9 PM tonight, I promise. I had some issues when recording it and that is all sorted now and it's actually fully done before I've even done this video. So start today with a Swiss striker, and these are the confirmed deals by the way, and that's going to be Roman Bues, I think his name is, and he's joined FC St. Gallen in, I believe, the Swiss league from FC Thun. It's an undisclosed fee, but he does have an informed card on FIFA, which looks pretty average to be honest. Then we go on to Manuel Iturra, his new club, which is going to be Nisaka, I think it's a second tier Mexican club. He's left Udinese on a free transfer, but that club, they're not on FIFA at all. I think last year he may have been out on loan at like Rayo Vallecano or something in Spain. Now we go on to a player that's not on FIFA, that's going to be Fernando Zacqui, a youngster, I believe he's a youngster at least. He's gone to Boca Juniors from Godoy Cruz for £2.03 million. His FIFA card on like head-to-head right now, it looks really bad. It'll be on your screen. The stats look awful, but I'm assuming he's a hot prospect. So I've just checked, and this guy's 24 years old, so he's not a hot prospect at all. And it just seems why he's so badly rated on FIFA, but he may have had an upgrade or something along the way, and potentially a high-rated card next year. Now we got on to Bruno Alves, the man that absolutely super kicked the living shit out of Harry Kane in the friendly and got himself sent off for Portugal. Today has joined Cagliari, who I think got promoted back to the Serie A from Fenerbahce on a free transfer. And going back to that kick on Harry Kane, a fair play to Harry Kane for getting straight back up and running after being kicked in the face. So Bruno Alves, shame on you for that kick, but he has gone to Italy this time. Now we go on to two contract extensions. The very first one is Konstantinos Fortounis, a Greek cam, and that card looks really good by the way. He's extended his contract now until 2020, and I may have to try that card very soon in a squad builder. Now we go on to another Olympiacos contract extension until 2020 yet again. Andreas Bouchalakis, again I've not heard of him, that one is till 2020. And the final confirmed one today is going to be Diego Carlos, making the switch to FC Nantes in France this time from Estoril, who I think are a Portuguese team, for £1.5 million. And I'm fully aware that sounds like I said FC Nantes, but I think that's actually how it's pronounced in France. Now we go on to potential deals. And the very first one is going to be Scott Dan. And by the way, the confirmed ones tomorrow, they could be pretty damn good. But Scott Dan to Everton, apparently Ronald Koeman really wants him. So apparently Everton will move for the Crystal Palace centre-back Scott Dan if Southampton manager Ronald Koeman takes charge in the next couple of days. Sky sources understand that Everton are in talks with Koeman over a deal to bring him to Goodison Park, replacing former boss Roberto Martinez. And I think I said yesterday, he's been offered like £7 million a year, so it's probably very likely. And he's been given 100 mil to 150 mil to spend on transfers if he does join. Apparently Scott Dan would cost around 15 million of that. So whether he's a replacement for John Stones or not, we'll have to wait and see, apparently according to the Liverpool Echo as well. Now we got on to N'Golo Kante today. Yesterday was linked to Chelsea. Today linked to the French champions, Paris Saint-Germain. And Le Parisien are saying that Leicester City midfielder N'Golo Kante would prefer a move to Paris Saint-Germain this summer ahead of the likes of Chelsea and Arsenal, because he's concerned he may never get the chance ever again. That's probably quite logical, because who knows, he could be awful next season, and if he has to move to Paris Saint-Germain, at least he can say he made that move. It could be quite a big one. Apparently the release clause is around £20 million, which for how good he was last year, that's not really too much. And Paris Saint-Germain, they could well get him in and replace in that centre mid role, I think it's Pastore. Pastore didn't really play much last season compared to the year before, and Kante obviously an absolute workhorse in the midfield. It would be a massive loss as well to Leicester that. Now we got onto Andros Townsend today, linked to Crystal Palace. And this is according to the Sunday People. They're saying that Crystal Palace are ready to trigger Andros Townsend's release clause of £8 million to cut short the winger's stay in the relegated Newcastle United. So he'd done very well since the switch from Spurs to Newcastle in January. And obviously, because they got relegated, there will be some kind of clause there to potentially get him on a cheaper basis. So I think that'd be a good move for him. Again, if he keeps up that form, he could potentially over the next year push his way back into the England team. I know he was dropped from the 23-man or 26-man squad. He's one of the three that got the cut. If he does on a more consistent basis, he probably could push for it, but he also has now a lot more competition in the national squad. Now we got on to Jamie Vardy. Now this could last a while, but also alternatively it could be completed by Friday. So some places saying it could be done by today, which is Monday, and some places saying that it could not happen at all. So basically the first bit is that Leicester City have actually made Jamie Vardy an offer to try and stop this potential deal going through within the next 24 hours, and whether they're matching Arsenal's current contract offer? We'll have to wait and see. And it seems like Leicester have kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit regarding these little contract clauses, because I know they probably wasn't expecting to do very well last season after relegation, or near relegation, sorry, the year before. But Kante and also Vardy, 2 out of the 3 of their main players last year, they've both got pretty damn low contract release clauses. So apparently Arsenal are fully convinced he will be an Arsenal player before England's opener against Russia on Saturday in Euro 2016. So they're that confident they will get their man by then. But alternatively, on top of that, kind of persuading in the Arsenal direction, is the fact that after France's 3-0 win yesterday against Scotland, Olivier Giroud has revealed that he's been told Jamie Vardy wants to join the Gunners. And that one could be done for £20 million or £30 million again. Make what you will on that one. Now we go on to another one though, their other talisman, Riyad Mahrez today, and apparently Arsenal are also in for him. So Sky Sports gossip column are suggesting that Arsenal want both of them, first off Jamie Vardy and then Mahrez, because before I was like, why the hell were there no rumours regarding Mahrez? Because Kante looked like he was off somewhere else, Vardy the same, but Mahrez looked like no one was interested. And that is despite him winning the Player of the Year and definitely, in my opinion, being the standout player last season in the Premier League. Now we go on to Troy Deeney, and this one apparently is going to be the replacement for Jamie Vardy. Because according to the Telegraph, the Foxes are targeting the striker Troy Deeney as a replacement for Vardy because they see him as a good fit. And they're probably, if you look at both ends of the scales, they're probably complete opposite players. Jamie Vardy, energetic, very pacey striker, whereas Troy Deeney, he's a bit of a slug. I know he's extremely good at holding the ball up, and he's also, on top of that, very good at finding the back of the net. But they're not the same type of player, if you get me. But Troy Deeney looks like he probably will be leaving, as he's been linked to likes of Spurs and that as well, and also Leicester City, so he could be on his way to a very high-rated team. Now we go on though to Jonathan Kodjia. I love this guy's hero card last year on FIFA. That's not silver, the purple card, which he was a silver rated card. But he currently plays for Bristol City, and today linked to Derby. So Derby County is set to make a £4 million offer for Bristol City striker Jonathan Kodjia, according to Sky Sports gossip column again. Kodjia hit 19 goals for the Robins last season and recently won international recognition with the Ivory Coast, scoring their 2-1 win over Gabon earlier this week. So on FIFA, he's French. Last year he was from Ivory Coast, and that would be quite a cool one for Derby. And now we move on to Eden Hazard, and apparently he's ruled out a summer move to Paris Saint-Germain and has confirmed his intention to stay at Chelsea. His quote then says that PSG are not part of my plans. The 25-year-old told Telefoot, I have a contract until 2020. I feel good here. I don't want to finish on a season like that. So he's fully aware he had a bad year last year. On top of that, he's also said, I left Lille as a boss. I would like to leave Chelsea as a boss also if I do leave one day. But for the time being, I'm here, of course. So some big words right there from Eden Hazard, and probably music to Chelsea fans' ears, because towards the end of last season, he was starting to show some glimpses of the year before, because obviously he went from Player of the Year to an absolute flop the next year, which is really weird to see. But Hazard remaining as a Chelsea player. Now we got to Hugo Lloris, and today, apparently he's going to be getting a new deal. There were initially rumours that he'd be declining this, but apparently now after talking to the chairman, Daniel Levy, he's very impressed by the plans for the club. That also includes the likes of investment, I imagine also the stadium. They have Champions League football next season, and that is actually being played at Wembley, by the way, if you didn't know. And also, apparently they're going to give Pochettino the funds he needs to strengthen the team. Now we go on to Gini Wijnaldum, this time of Newcastle United, and apparently Everton and Southampton are the two English clubs wanting to get his signature. So Ronald Koeman, who is currently Southampton manager, is obviously tipped to take over the vacant Everton job, is a big admirer of Wijnaldum, and that probably Southampton and Everton both being linked is probably because of the manager. It looks like Wijnaldum will be going back to a top tier club. Roma are also linked, but apparently he wants to play with a beautiful club according to him. He cost them £14.5 million last year, and he done quite well in his debut season. Despite them getting relegated, he did have some decent numbers. He managed to bag himself 11 goals from left mid last season, which is very impressive, and is quoted as saying, of course I want to play at the highest level as possible in the Premier League with a beautiful club, but not everything always goes the way you want it. I will see what happens, and that is also probably referring to links with Everton, Southampton and Roma. And now we move on to quite a short and sweet one. That is going to be Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang of Borussia Dortmund. Last week, the Gabon manager said he was currently in the process of changing clubs, and Dortmund were quick to deny that. But apparently today, according to multiple sources, Mourinho and also Pep Guardiola are going to prepare for their first Manchester scrap over the transfer of this man. But obviously it's not as easy as that. And now we go on to this man, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He features again every single episode at the moment, but this one, apparently he will reveal his club on Tuesday. So in an interview yesterday after Sweden beat Wales 3-0, I think it was, Ibra actually came out and said that there'll be a massive bombshell on, I think it's the 7th of June, which is obviously tomorrow. He mentioned it being a bombshell and it will shake the world of football, but also apparently he's actually rumored to be starting a clothing line very soon, and next couple of days, in fact. So whether he's trolling, it could be that. We'll have to wait and see. If he did do that, that honestly would be Ibra down to a T. Getting all this hype about like new clubs and stuff, and then Tuesday, bang, here we go, big announcement. I've got t-shirts for sale. But now we go on to Paul Pogba. Apparently he's top of Zinedine Zidane's kind of hit list. Okay, hit list is probably the wrong word because he's not a hitman. He may look like the guy from Hitman in the game, but Zinedine Zidane, it definitely is not that. But apparently, according to AS, he wants to make him top of his summer transfer list and would be willing to spend up to 100 million euros for the Juventus midfielder. And yesterday it came out that Man City have dropped full interest in him now, and pretty much is between Real Madrid and United. Now we got on to Steven Taylor this time, the former Newcastle man. I think he's a free agent right now, very close to joining Rangers. Although Rangers do face a battle for Steven Taylor, with apparently multiple Turkish clubs interested in his name. And also, a defender ended a 13-year stint at Magpies last week after 268 appearances. And finally, Mark Warburton keen to strengthen defence and have a top-flight return with Rangers. And Rangers have signed 2 Englishmen this summer already in Jordan Roster and also Joey Barton. And now we go into Celtic, Rangers' massive rivals today. Apparently, Mulgrew has doubts over his future. He's out of contract this summer and apparently has now talked to Brendan Rodgers. He's happy to stay, he wants to stay, but the longer it goes on, you start to wonder if it's going to happen because he hasn't got a new contract, but he hopes it'll be sorted very soon. New Aston Villa manager Di Matteo, according to the Daily Mirror, is actually ready to move for the forgotten man at Chelsea, the Chelsea forward Patrick Bamford, to the Midlands this summer. So he has had a stint in the Championship before with, I think it was it Derby and also Middlesbrough. He was very good for Middlesbrough and then went on loan to Crystal Palace last season. I think played like 1 game. £10 million for someone that hasn't really done too much does seem a little bit excessive, but then again, football nowadays, they probably get quite a lot of money even for being relegated. Now we go on to Dani Alves. Apparently, he's very, very close now to joining Juve. He's now a free agent, and after Brazil's draw yesterday to Ecuador, or the day before now for you, apparently he's decided to leave Barcelona for a new adventure, and Juve could be that destination. He's quoted as saying, "I haven't signed a contract yet, but I'm very close to do so. At the moment, the only thing that is 100% certain is the fact that I am leaving Barcelona next season." So that one is quite interesting, and we have a very, very good one for foot. Now we go on to Soufiane Feghouli today, linked to West Ham United. And that is because Jack Sullivan, who I think is he the son of the owner or something like that, basically has tweeted saying, the news, we are close to a deal on a winger, an international winger, by the way, that might conclude in about 12 days' time if everything goes to plan. So that I really like how he does that. I'm not sure whether it's a good thing or not, but for West Ham fans, it's kind of like a bit of in the know from a person that is absolutely legit. There is an account on top of that as well, that even reliable one apparently, called @XWHU Employee, which obviously stands for X West Ham United Employee. He revealed in his weekly column that Feghouli is the player that he's talking about, and the 26-year-old is out of contract with Valencia, but there are pictures currently on his Instagram, I think, with I think it's Fenerbahce fans. So I'm not sure where that's going, but Feghouli would be a very good signing. And the final one today is a huge one, and probably another kick in the teeth for Borussia Dortmund this time. And apparently they would be willing to sell Mkhitaryan because his contract's up next summer, and he's not willing to sign a new one. And after the year he's had, they really don't want him to do what Lewandowski done, where Lewandowski let his contract run out, not in a bad way. He obviously that's probably quite loyal doing that, but it does mean that Dortmund don't get a single penny for him if he decides to leave next summer. So this has come from Kicker, who I considered probably the most reliable outlet in Germany right now. Apparently there's one stumbling block to this, is the fact that Dortmund may be a little bit reluctant to sell him this window after already selling Mats Hummels and Ilkay Gundogan. Although if the asking price really is 35 million euros, which is I think is a little bit over 27 million pounds, that's not too much for a player of his quality. After the year he's just had, 27 mil was absolutely nothing, but if he does not leave this summer, he could be a free next summer, and that inevitably could mean him going to Bayern on a free. And that would make it even worse for Dortmund, because it would be strengthening the main rivals if he went there. Although apparently Arsenal are currently interested, there will be a lot of clubs interested if it does come out. The 27 mil, for most Prem clubs, that doesn't seem like much at all. And it definitely will be something to keep an eye out for this summer in regard to one of the biggest rumours. So there are all the rumours and stuff today. Some like kind of different ends of the scales. We've got some from Derby to Borussia Dortmund and stuff. And there's been quite a lot to cover. So guys, that's been the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, smash the like button. 1,500 likes would be absolutely awesome. If you're to my channel, click that subscribe button for daily FIFA content. Remember, 8 AM is transfers, 9 PM is gameplay related, which there will be tonight in the transfers hybrid. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts on today's rumours, rumours I shoot in the next episode. And again, any previous videos will be down below in the description or on my channel, guys. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.